Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing something a little bit different, not doing a makeup tutorial, but if you want this makeup tutorial, let me know in the comments down below and I'll definitely get that going for you. But today I wanted to share with you because I can say a lot about makeup and I can say a lot about how to do this and how to apply this, but it really doesn't work if you don't have the right kind of brushes. And I wanted to show you just a few brushes that I've purchased from the drugstore because there are some really nice affordable brushes in the drugstore. And I feel as though that sometimes they promote a lot of brushes that are very expensive. And I do have a couple of brushes down here that maybe one or two that were over 20 bucks, but they're still my lifelong brushes and they were gifts actually. So most of the time when I tell you guys about anything in my videos that I purchased or that was a gift, more of the more expensive products were definitely like a gift from my husband or a gift from a family member or even a gift from one of my sweet students. So today what I'm sharing with you is makeup brushes 101. So what I want to do is kind of break them down just a little bit and kind of show you what I use to achieve some of these looks, and so that you could, when you walk in the drugstore, figure out what you need for your eyes. Because I feel like I've heard people say that I have a huge eye base to work with. Like my lid is really I have large lids, so I have a lot of space to play with eyeshadows. On top of my lid, I have a big crease, you know, in my lid. And I definitely wanted to share this with you before I left. I'm getting ready for a date night, so this is my date night look, and I'm also getting ready for a photo shoot for my fashion blog. But I'm gonna break it down for you. First, I'm gonna start with eyeshadow brushes. And here in front of me, I have a few brushes that I'm really excited to share with you. All of these are drugstore brushes, like I said, except for a couple. But these eyeshadow brushes are actually a wide range because I don't stick to just one brand because I like to see what other brands offer, because other brands, their brushes may be a little bit different and you may like the application process a little bit differently. So the first one that I have here is actually an e.l.f. brush, and this is an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, and I like it because e.l.f. has definitely kicked up their game a little bit with their brushes. And I like this brush because the fibers are a little bit dense on here and a little bit shorter. This would be a great brush for me to spray with my setting spray and then go right here on the lower portion of my lid. It's a very controlled brush. I love that the fibers are really dense and short, and these brushes like this are very easy to clean. So I'll do a whole nother video talking about cleaning brushes because I think I found a pretty economical way to clean brushes, and you'll be surprised with what I use to clean my brushes, because I know that there are a lot of brush cleaners out there, but I feel a little bit differently about those brush cleaners, so I'll share that with you in another video, I promise. So this is an e.l.f. brush, and I want to say this brush ran me about $6. I love the design. I love e.l.f. Like I said, they are getting just so much better with their packaging, getting so much better with the way the design of the brushes are, and it has to be comfortable enough for you to use. So I love the angle on this brush. It's not completely round, there's a little bit beveled grip on this brush, but very beautiful brush. I love it. I mean, this brush was probably about less than $6. The next brush that I'm going to bring out is another e.l.f. brush, and this is let's see, this is another eyeshadow brush, but it's a blending brush, and it's for you to kind of, I actually use this brush to get more so in the corner of my eye because the hairs are different. They're, you know, a little bit more compact, more put together, and I can pack on a lot of color and concentrate it right here at that angle of my eye and just kind of give short little strokes into my eye lid with this kind of brush. Really like this brush. This is a more rounded brush. e.l.f. has a lot of different brushes out, but they're really reasonable, and if you just take your time, you'll find some brushes that you really like. Let's see, my next brush is staying with eyeshadows, this Real Techniques. Okay, maybe I'm just a Real Techniques like lover, but I just love their stuff. especially their brushes. Real Technique has this brush right here. I like this brush for up here, right underneath my brow. This is also a nice crease brush that you can use to go into that crease, and you just keep blending and blending and blending that makeup out in that crease. This is a beautiful brush. I love it. I love the hairs on all the Real Technique brushes, and I love the way they feel in my hand. I love the grip, and this actually came in a pair. These are both eyeshadow brushes. This is a base shadow brush, and this is a deluxe crease brush. See, like I said, right there in that crease. I got both of these. They came in a set. I also put these recently this week. I put a blog post out, and it was called My Ideal Mother's Day Beauty Box. And so these were a part of that beauty box because I thought these were a great deal. And I want to say that these were less than 10 bucks for this pair. And I definitely think it's worth your money, and you should give it a try. So these are some really quality brushes. I got these at Target. The next brush is another Real Techniques brush. It's an Expert Concealer brush. And this one is, I just recently used this because I was working on my crease. So this is another one that came in a set. And like I said, I love the fibers on this brush. I love the hairs. It's really dense, and it's a really quality brush. And if you've never heard of Real Techniques, I'm sure everybody's heard of Real Techniques. Definitely give it a try. These brushes hold up really well, even through the cleaning process. But I really, really like this brush. And this is another one of those eyeshadow brushes that give me quite a bit of power, you know, in my pocketbook, because I'm saving a lot of money with my brushes, and the drugstore has some things to offer people. It got some things to offer. So this is a really nice brush as well. Going in with another Real Techniques brush is this brush here. It's a powder brush. I recently brought this brush, school teacher moment. I recently bought this brush, and when I came across this brush, I just love how big it was and how dense it was, but it was still loose. I mean, if that makes any sense. I used this brush right here to buff out any of that baking that I'm doing with that powder. So I buff out right here at the very bottom, and also I buff right here under my eyes. I just love how it cleans up everything really nicely. And this is a really nice brush. So this brush was definitely, I want to say, less than 8 bucks, but very, very, very good investment if you're looking for. You can even use this brush as a blush brush. So if you can get your hands on this brush, I mentioned this brush in my March favorites video. If you go back a couple of videos from my March favorites, and I am coming out with the April favorites, but I'm trying to gather up all of my stuff that kind of hit my favorites list, I guess. So this is a nice quality brush, another Real Techniques brush. I have 2 more Real Techniques brushes. Here's my blush brush. This is what I use to put my blush on here, and I love it. I've been having this one for a while actually, and I do wash it. Like I said, these brushes wash really well, and they call this the multitask brush, which it really does multitask, but it's a really, really nice brush. You could do several things. You could do a contour with this brush. You could do your blush with this brush. You could also blow out that baking with this brush. There's several tasks this brush can do. So definitely give this a try. And I love the sleek look of the Technique brushes. My last brush is this sculpting brush that I use for my contouring right here in my face and up here underneath my hair around my forehead. Very nice brush. Once again, less than 10 bucks. Very affordable. This is called the sculpting brush. And guys, I'll link all of these brushes down below for you, and some sets that I think you get more bang for your buck when you put them in a set. So I'll link that down below for you. My next brush that I also like to use to kind of buff out my contour right here is this Eco Tools brush. This is a nice brush. It's called Define by Eco Tools. I recently just bought this brush. It's probably about 2 months old. I've been using this. It washes really well. I also like the hairs on the Eco Tools brushes, and this brush does a really nice job with blowing out that contour and just making the makeup look a little bit more flawless and a little bit more clean and put together. So this also is another brush that I recommend. Eco Tools, that brand is really nice. If you can see that right here, this is a really quality brush. So if you get a chance, I'd say definitely give this brush a try. One of my favorite brushes that I absolutely love, that I don't get to use it very often, but I do use it and it just does the most amazing job on my foundation, is this Tarte Kabuki brush. This Tarte Kabuki brush is an expensive brush. I want to say it is right at 40 or over 40. This was a gift from one of my students. They know me so well, y'all. But this brush is about 2 years old. I got this brush 2 Christmases ago, like I said, from one of my 3rd graders, and I love this brush. It packs on the foundation so well. Beautiful quality brush, beautiful quality fibers, and very dense, washes really well, and I definitely think this is worth the money. Like I said, I'm trying not to promote a lot of high-end products, but every now and again that high-end product will sneak in, especially if I feel as though it's worth talking about and it's worth your coins. So I would say this is like my all-time favorite brush, and it is just such a really nice brush. I mean, definitely give this a try. You can order this brush, I want to say, from the Tarte website or Sephora, or let me think, but I do know that you can order this brush, or Macy's. It's on the Macy's website. So give it a try. Like I said, I am just in love with this. This is my baby. So I love this brush. And like I said, if this is within your budget, I say give this brush a try, because this brush definitely, like I said, 2 years and look at it. It is definitely holding its shape and holding its game. Another brush that I use for my foundation is this Sigma Flat Kabuki. This is one of the most popular foundation brushes I've seen a lot of YouTubers and makeup artists use. This is the Flat Kabuki by Sigma F80. I will also link that one down below. This does a really good job of equaling out that foundation. It does a really nice job of just giving you that really finished look. And I'm not really sure on the price of this brush. Like I said, I'll link it all down below. But this is also another great quality brush. Sigma brushes are just really quality, really nice quality. And I have a couple of Sigma brushes here. You see they're like super beat up. Let me look at this. I have the E40 tapered blending brush, and I have the E25 blending. So I'm so ashamed to show y'all these brushes, but I definitely want to show you that I still use these brushes and I do not care. And this is a really nice crease brush that I use to really dig that color into my crease. And this is a nice brush that I use to kind of, you know, blend out any harsh lines right here between my crease and my brow bone. So these are really nice. I love these. Want to say between 16 and 18 bucks each. Like I said, this is kind of one of those you got to think about splurging type brushes, but I've had these forever. I mean, they're beat up, but I've had them forever. Like these are both probably 3 or 4 years old, so that's why they're beat up. So I love them. And one of my last brushes that I'm going to talk about is another Eco Tools brush, and it's a fan, and I use it to put on, it's the Eco Tools fan brush. I use it to put on my highlighter, and you notice here, I even do on my nose, and I go here with my highlighter, this right here, and it smells so good. And guys, if I talked about this highlighter in my last video, one thing I didn't say about that highlighter, it smells like coconuts, and you know I'm a fan of coconuts. So this is gorgeous. Love this, and love the way it gives me that shine on my face. Just takes a little bit, there a little bit, but this is also another Eco Tools quality brush. Does a super job. Very nice. I mean, you can't beat it with the stick, people. I mean, this, like I said, is a really nice brush. And I hope that sharing some of these brushes with you kind of gave you an idea of what kind of brushes I'm using. And yes, guys, I didn't even bring all the brushes out here that I have in my little closet over there, I just wanted to bring the main ones that I'm kind of reaching for when I do my makeup. And these right here are my main brushes that I reach for. Whichever's clean, but these are the main ones that I'm constantly going for because I feel as though they give quite a bit of power, you know, in your makeup look. And you just don't want any kind of brushes. You want some really quality brushes. And I definitely feel like these brushes bring quality. And I don't feel like you should have to break the bank to find good quality brushes, but I definitely think that you deserve quality brushes. So I am really hot, but I'm getting ready to go because I have to finish getting dressed for this date night, and I'll be back again. I had a friend request, as far as one of my friends requested I do an eye look on my very last video that I did, which was right here. And I'm gonna do that for you. I'm gonna come in with all of this already done, but I'll come with my eyes not done, just to show you how I achieved that look in my very last video. Well, I'm off, and it takes a ton of time to edit these, but definitely I enjoy bringing you guys something that if I can teach you something, you know, then I'm good all the way. Until next time, bye guys.